Hey, I'm Richard Smith. I'm going to give you a quick personal story about how I was healed when I was younger. I always grew up and I enjoyed getting out in the sun, trying to get a little bit of a tan. You probably can't tell that now by how pale I am, even though I just came back from the beach. I always enjoyed going out and just sitting in the sun and just kind of soaking up the rays. And my grandparents would always tell me, look, you have to be careful, because your legs, they were burned when you were younger. And if you tan them, you're going to show scars and all this stuff. And so I grew up hearing that. And, of course, I asked them, tell me the story. I loved hearing the story about how I decided to take a pan of burning oil at a very young age. I think I was like 3 years old. It was actually at my birthday party and my dad's birthday party. We have the same birthday. And I reached up there on that little stove, and they were cooking some fish. They had some hot cooking oil in the pan, in the skillet. And I decided to take it and pour it, and just pull it off and pour it. Now, fortunately, thank God, none of it got on my face, none of it got on my body. However, it did get on my legs and it got on my feet. And actually, the rug that I was standing on, the only part of it that survived because the oil was so hot was just where my feet were. There were two little footprints of rug still left there. So, of course, they rushed me to the emergency room, and the doctors began to work and to try to do whatever they could do. Of course, by this time, I'm sure it's been, we lived, the house where we were at anyways was 15 minutes, 20 minutes from the hospital. So it probably took us a little while to get there in downtown Oklahoma City. And someone called my great-grandfather. Now, you have to know my great-grandfather. He was from a different generation. He was what they call a pioneer Pentecostal preacher. And when they called him and told him that I had pulled hot burning grease on myself, he got down on the floor and did the only thing he could do. He just began to pray. And nobody called back to tell him that it was just on my legs, that I was burned badly, but it wasn't going to be anything detrimental as far as on my face or anything. So nobody remembered to call him back. And so he actually ended up praying all night. And that was just how they did it back in those days, I guess. And so he got down on his face, just began to pray and pray and pray. And I went home from the hospital, and they put me in bed. They gave me some strong pain medication. The doctor said, look, he's going to be in a lot of pain. Here's some medication to give to him. The next day, they left me sleeping in the bed and went outside. We lived next to my grandparents at the time, the very next door over. Different set of grandparents than the ones whose house we were just at the night before. And so they were out there talking and just discussing probably the events of the previous night. And they heard the door slam, and out comes, me, little Richard, there. And they're thinking, oh my goodness, what is he doing out of bed? He's going to be in a ton of pain. His legs have just been burned. It was mainly from the knee down. And his feet, he's going to be in a lot of pain once he really wakes up and realizes what's happening. And I had no pain. And they soon realized that I was not experiencing any pain. And so they didn't give me any pain medication. Can I tell you, I never had to take any pain medication. I could show you my legs right now. I'm not going to, don't worry. And can I tell you, I don't have any scars. And they told me growing up, they would say, look, just be careful, don't be in the sun too much because that part of your skin is probably too sensitive. And I never noticed it. So can I tell you that God is a healer, and He can heal not just physical bodies, but also our minds, our emotions, our spirits, and even our souls. I hope this has been really faith-building and encouraging for you, and God bless you.